Hey there, this is the Stuttgart train station. It looks like previously there were markets and stuff in here, market station, and they've all been shuttered for some reason, maybe related to COVID or something, or else they're just renovating the station. I arrived here yesterday evening coming from Switzerland. Well, let's get out of here, go show the streets of Stuttgart. It's a nice day out here and the main square is really happening, so let's walk over there, and in the process then I will explain a few things. Yesterday was pouring down rain on the train coming here, and I saw on the forecast that it was supposed to be sunny today, so that was a nice stroke of luck, because of course Europe has been having very devastating floods. The last I saw was London, and they were really bad here in Germany. I'm not sure of the latest here in Germany, but luckily things are fine here and drying out for now. So the main square is straight up ahead there. So I have a bit of a conundrum. The conundrum is that I have 350 Swiss francs with me. That is not a good thing, because Swiss francs are not in high demand once you get outside of Switzerland. So I'm going to kind of explain the deal while simultaneously talking about my travels yesterday, because it kind of factors in. And so I was in Switzerland for the past like 10 days or 2 weeks or so, and was thinking about staying longer, seeing more, going to Zermatt, seeing the Matterhorn, and various other amazing places to see in the Swiss Alps. Of course, there is a lot to explore, and it is just so beautiful and an adventure lover's paradise. But the problem was the weather. I lucked out with a straight week of nice sunny weather there while I was there in the Jungfrau region. But then the forecast totally shifted, and it turned to mostly rain for like the next, like the whole forecast, the next like 10 days. And that is not really going to be very fun, hanging out in the mountains, wanting to hike and bike and see the views, if it's going to be rainy and views covered up with the clouds and everything like that. So I decided to move on from Switzerland. Also, as I mentioned in a previous video, then for me there is the issue of the Schengen zone, the 90 days limit that you have in Western Europe. I've used up 2 months now. I have just 1 month left, and so I have to keep in mind the time and the other places that I still want to see on this trip. So anyways, decided to leave Switzerland. When I woke up in the morning yesterday, I wasn't sure where I was going to go yesterday and ultimately end up. I'd done some research and was basically looking for a good place to catch another flight somewhere else, but also wanted to get a taste of Germany again. This is my third time to Germany, but I haven't seen a whole lot. I've been to Berlin and Munich and some like little towns, Garmisch, Partenkirchen, when I was 18 back in 1990. Then I went to Munich and then went into the Alps of southern Germany, and then from there then I hiked into Austria. I guess I crossed the border somehow, the German-Austrian border. This was before the borders were open. Anyways, somehow then I did this hike into Austria, and so I wanted to see, you know, more of Germany. I'm here for 2 nights, so just 1 full day. And so I got up in the morning yesterday in Grindelwald, went down to the train station to find out about trains to Stuttgart, if I could just buy a ticket from there straight here. And luckily I could. However, it was going to involve 6 trains, and all of them had very, very short connection times of from 3 to, I think, 9 minutes was the longest connection time between any two trains. Now, I knew that I still had Swiss francs left on me, and so I was hoping that I would be able to change them in the train station of either Bern or Zurich, both of which I passed through, and change Swiss francs into euros, because they use the euro here in Germany and in most of Europe. But the problem was those very short connection times. And so I was basically just hoping that there would be a currency exchange place conveniently located between platforms so that I could like run from one train to the next, and on the way just stop, do a quick exchange, and then catch the next train. Unfortunately, that did not work out. In Zurich, then I had a 9-minute window, and so I kind of went out of my way a little bit trying to find a currency exchange and just couldn't find it, and decided better to get the train and just not miss this than wander around trying to find a place to change the money. All right, so as you can see, nice happening scene here. Good smells, barbecue, Schwenk grill. I'm sure they got sausages and other assorted meats. I'll get over to the main square in just a second. Just wanted to show this nice street eating scene. I'm sure that they are nice prices, especially compared to Switzerland. I just had a piece of pizza that was €3, or about $3. So, you know, typical, not super cheap, but that was in the train station there. Got a church. All right, head over to the main square. So, in other words, I was never able to change my money in the course of the trip getting here. The good news is that I managed to catch all my trains and arrived here yesterday about 5 p.m. But now I have the conundrum of, I have these Swiss francs. I figured that I would be able to change them somewhere. The question is, where and what is the exchange rate going to be? So that is why I was back at the train station there at the beginning. There is a currency exchange bank right next to the train station. I went to another bank nearby over here, and they do not exchange currency. So I go up to the currency exchange desk there in the bank, and I already know what a fair rate would be. I've looked on xe.com. That is the app or website that I use the most to check the latest exchange rates, and it is very accurate. For example, when I withdraw money using a foreign ATM, for example, I go to a ATM here in Germany and I withdraw euros, then my bank will convert the euros into a withdrawal of US dollars from my bank account back in the US. And the exchange rate that they use will be almost exactly what is listed on xe.com. And so it is a fair assessment of currency exchange. Just to give you a rough idea, that does not mean at all that any place will necessarily give you that rate, but that is what should be a fair rate or something close to that. So I had 350 Swiss francs. I also had a bunch of coins that have 5 franc and 2 franc coins in Switzerland, so the coins can really add up. It turned out that I had like 24 Swiss franc in coins, which is about $26 US. And so I went up to the exchange desk there and asked the lady, how much will I get in euros for 350 Swiss francs, all of the bills that I had? The answer was not pleasant. 285, whereas the fair exchange rate for 350 Swiss francs into euros according to xe.com, was 323. And so I said, no thanks. And then after I left the desk, then I thought, let's see if they will take the coins and maybe just get rid of them, even though it's, you know, still going to be a bad rate. And so I went back to the desk and asked her, can you exchange these coins? And she was able to exchange almost all of them. However, she said, just so you know, there is a 35% extra fee on coins. So in addition to the horrible rate, then there was going to be an additional 35% taken away for that. But I decided to just go ahead and just get rid of the coins. I wanted some euros. I haven't withdrawn any euros yet here in Germany. I was waiting to try to exchange the francs. And also just with the coins, then you just want to get rid of them. You can't expect to even necessarily be able to exchange coins at all outside of the country that uses that currency. And so I went for it, and I got 14 euros for my 24 Swiss francs. Basically, I lost almost 10 bucks just on changing the coins, but you know, whatever, no big deal. I was expecting to lose something. Now I still have the 350 francs in notes, and my plan is to go to some other banks and see if I can get a better rate. For one thing, that bank was right next to the train station, and very often then train stations and airports will be places of getting ripped off one way or another, and especially when it comes to currency exchange, then they will usually have worse rates. So maybe if I go to another bank, then I can get a better rate. I'm not expecting anything close to the xe.com listing, but maybe I can at least get back 20-30 bucks or something if I find a more reputable bank with a fair rate. So of course the obvious lesson here is make sure to exchange your money before you leave the country. As soon as you leave the country where the currency is used, the value is going to drop. Basically, the rate is going to be determined by the demand for the currency. So here in Germany, there just aren't going to be that many people who are going to be going to currency exchange booths and saying, can I get some Swiss francs? Anybody who is even, you know, German who is traveling to Switzerland, which is common, are probably going to just go there with their euros and then change when they get there, and they will get a decent rate there. If I'd gone to that same exchange desk there by the train station and asked them to change US dollars into euros, I probably would have gotten a much fairer rate. So it wasn't just a matter of them being a rip-off bank. It was also a matter of the Swiss francs being an undesirable currency in this part of the world. There's a bit more market action going on the lane over by the square, so I'll head over there. Quite dramatic church here. Lots of people out and about. Nice to see things getting back to normal, more or less. So you can see this market stretches way down there, and then the main plaza is up ahead again. I'm going to walk through there again and see if there are the chess players. There was a chess match going on. And then I'm going to continue the hunt for another bank to try to change those francs. All right, looks like the chess match is still going, or at least another one is going. And let's walk through this mall here. In this big sort of new old building, I guess. Or maybe it's actually old. Subway. Königsbau. Passagen. Schwabisch Bank. But I think that most of the banks are not going to do currency exchange. I need to look on my phone and see what comes up. All right, just a quick wander through here. In case you're curious, PCR test costs 119 euros. That is not cheap. That is like $130, $140. I got one in Greece for 20 euros. 30 minutes. 48 hours is 50 euros. Much better deal, but that is 48 hours. The one that I got in Greece was in less than 30 minutes. It was like 20 minutes. However, I did not need to get one again crossing from Italy to Switzerland or from Switzerland to Germany. There were no border checkpoints at all, no customs, no questions asked anywhere since I left Italy. So no need for a COVID test again, crossing between the various countries in Europe inside the Schengen zone that I mentioned earlier, the 90 days limit. All right, I'm going to wander this way, and if I find another bank that does currency exchange, I will report back and let you know how it went. So I had a burger here last night. Amazing, just the perfect hamburger. A burger, fries, and a beer was 18 euros, about 20 bucks. So good to be back where prices are not a total shock to the system. So here we have Deniz Bank. Apparently they offer currency exchange. That sounds very Turkish. Deniz is a word that you see all over the place in Turkey. It actually means sea. Maybe a coincidence. But also there is a symbol of a, what do you call it, on a ship the navigator turning device, which goes along with the C part. So maybe this is a Turkish bank? I don't know. Anyways, let's give it a try. So this is the Denise Bank. Unfortunately, they are really not open. And Google Maps was not showing much else nearby. The only other one coming up was the Risa Bank, which I went to. So I might have to hold off, see if in Frankfurt there's like a bigger bank that will maybe, you know, do more business. I'm sure that there will be. Frankfurt is a more major city, and maybe they can offer me a better rate. So anyway, I think that I'm going to wander around a little bit more, see a bit more of the city. Back at the train station here. So one thing that Stuttgart is famous for, or one of the attractions to see here, are the stairs. There are lots of stairs because of the hills. Apparently there's like 450 sets of stairs going up various hills around the city. So let's go try to find one. So I came across something that looks kind of interesting. There's this cliff and words like graffitied TCF and then something else like carved into it. Can't quite tell if I can get into that parking lot and get a closer look, but let's give it a try. Here's some stairs, not too exciting. So, you can see some like things protruding out from that wall. But what the heck is it for? Those like steel or metal or whatever protrusions, and then that is obviously carved in and like painted over. Could it be some sort of, just using my imagination here, some sort of like World War II storeroom or something? Or yeah, so this fence is, oh, there is a hole in the fence. Well, I'm not going to be able to get very close anyways, but if anyone has any ideas. Not the most picturesque city that I've been to. Pretty nice downtown area at least. And then it is very industrial elsewhere. It is the headquarters for Mercedes-Benz and Porsche. So it is a, you know, industrial hub, not a popular tourist city. I think the 6th largest city of Germany. Let's go under this tunnel, and then there's a hill on the other side. Maybe we'll find some of the historic stairs. Not sure if I'm supposed to be doing this, but no other way to walk. Oh man. Ay, 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 ay. Let's go for it. Oh, here, I can get over. All right, in the clear. So a random story. This tunnel reminds me, when I was in Rome 4 years ago, I started the video in a tunnel very similar to this, a bit longer, and I was walking along like kind of yelling because there was traffic. And that was the intro to the video. And then I went around and explored all the Roman ruins and everything. And then posted the video. And then 2 years later, or thereabouts, somebody posts a comment under the video and says, I was walking through that same tunnel and I heard this guy yelling and pointing a camera at himself. And it was me apparently, and you'd just come across this video and like suddenly it all made sense for him. Like, oh, that's what this guy was doing. He was a YouTuber making a tour of Rome. So funny that he would actually come across that video. All right, well, what is there to see this way? A park here with kind of a cool bridge with plants growing on it. Let's go get up on top of the bridge, get a little view. Ferrari out there, I guess, or something like that. There's a hill up here, so I'm thinking probably that's an area where there should be some of those stairs, the historic stairs, and some older style buildings as well. So I came across this craft beer specialty shop, Craft Powell and Friends. Look at the selection. Guten Tag. I'm just showing the beers.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy some too.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Thank you. It's from all over the world, outside Germany? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we have some regional ones, we have some from the US and Canada, we have some from all around Europe, Belgium.
Okay.
Pretty much everything we can get our hands on.
What is maybe one of your favorite German beers, or like local?
German and local, of course it's ours. What a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually one of my all-time favorites, I'm a big Pilsner fan.
Okay.
And I had the long time problem of getting a good Pils.
Yeah.
Since most of the more industrial breweries tend to make them more sweet, to make them more appealing.
Yeah.
And I'm more on the dry and bitter side.
Okay.
So I was really happy that ours turned out very well. We just used...
Oh, I see. You're a brewery too. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. I understand now.
Yeah, and yeah, we only used Hallertau Saphir.
You use what?
Hallertau Saphir. It's a special Pilsner hop.
Okay, I see.
And we made it...
High quality.
Yeah,
one,
and we solely use that. It just makes a difference because by IBUs it should be like super bitter. It's way more bitter than, for example, Jever, which is known for being bitter.
Okay.
But in reality, when you only use like the high quality hops, it has the bitterness, but it's not like just solely relying on that. So it's a more balanced.
More flavor, more punch, kind of.
Yeah, and it's still super drinkable. It's yeah.
I think I'll try a couple. I always like the Weizen. That means Hefeweizen, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hopfenweizen is the same as Hefeweizen?
No,
different?
it's a little bit of a wordplay.
Oh, okay. I see.
Hefeweizen means yeast wheat beer.
Yeah.
And we dry hopped it, so it's a hopped wheat beer.
So it's like a hoppy Hefeweizen.
Yes.
Kind of. Okay. Well, I think I'll give that one a try. And what is a Dunkel? Is that like a stout? It looks quite dark.
Kind of, it's dark lager.
A dark lager. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much the German version.
Helles, is that also a specific type of beer?
Yeah, it's a Bavarian Helles. That's pretty much a German. We also made a variation of it with the Schnelles Helles, which means like a quick Helles.
Okay.
We always called it, if somebody ordered a small Helles, we called it a Schnelles Helles because you can chug it and go.
I see, cool.
And we thought, what can we do to make it even more drinkable? So we added some dry hopping there too, and it's like,
right
you can really jug that one.
Yeah. Excellent. I think I'm going to try a few of these ones.
Yeah, sure.
So got a Pils, a Weizen or wheat, and a Dunkels. Should be tasty. It was €7.90 for all three of them. That is like $9 or so. So $3 a piece, basically good deal. One little problem, I do not have a fridge in my hotel room. So gonna be trying some lukewarm beer later. All right, let's get up to the hill. So here is some sort of a art store. And we got stairs.
Pero ella me quiere poner una shulum sobre motores, ¿ya? Y la mamá ya me dio permiso para tomarme libre la salida de la shulum.
What language is that? That was not German, I don't think. Sounded a little bit Spanish-ish. Maybe like Portuguese? Maybe somebody can say what that was. So a classic German residential neighborhood. Let's maybe follow this kind of winding little pathway here. I just had a brilliant idea. Absolute genius. Like, I can't believe that I thought of this. I'm gonna have a beer now, while it's cold. And definitely one of the funnier foreign words, Ausfahrt. So, fart by itself apparently means trip. So you see it a lot on like trains and stuff. So, not sure about Ausfahrt, but in Grindelwald, then I saw a bus, and the destination was, are you ready for this? Extra fart. No kidding. EXTRAFAHRT. And it looks like we got here a great spot to take a break and have a nice, cold, local beer. Fortunately, I am prepared. Let's give this sucker a try. 5.2% Sensationels Pills. Whoa, that is weird. I really have no idea how to explain what this tastes like. It's good, a little hoppy for my taste. I tend to like the wheat beers and the ambers and the blondes and stouts, red ales. Definitely a bit of a bite to it, kind of. And some other flavors, you know, not really sure. Let's see, ingredients there. Just the usual stuff in there. It is water, malt, hops, yeast. But definitely something quite different. It's all Greek to me. Back at the train station, got a ticket for tomorrow to Frankfurt. €35.90. That's about 40 bucks. About an hour and 35-minute ride there. Now I have one more possibility for changing that currency, USB bank. Very close to here. Let's give it a shot. I am not predicting good news on this. We'll see. So UBS, not USB, but not good news because I realized that is the bank that I checked yesterday when I was walking from the train station to my hotel, which is down here. And it had come up as one of the possible currency exchange places on Google Maps. And so I checked it while I was walking because it was right in the way. And it is like on the top floor of this. And I went in there and no. So I don't know why it's coming up as a currency exchange, but no luck there. Hopefully, better luck in Frankfurt. That is it for Stuttgart. See you later.